All right, what is up, everyone? How we doing? How we doing? I know the market's not doing too well, but how you guys doing? I mean, in reality, we're still holding up. What are we looking at? XRP. Yeah, we broke the 786 support there. We did make a lower low, but we are still putting in a higher low. On the macro chart. Yeah, what's up T13? What's up Jim? How you guys doing? I don't know how many people are going to show up here at noon, but I figured I'd get on real quick. Edwin looks good. One vicious wick. Yeah, so what do you guys think? You think Bitcoin's about to follow the S&P? Yeah, I was surprised to see that XRP broke down. We were looking at this just last night. XRP still holding up over $2, and now we're at $1.88. Came down perfectly and tagged that 786 support. But you're still bullish over 147 there, it looks like. That's not totally correct. What's up, Slava? How you doing, my man? NKN didn't go anywhere. Pretty sure it's the bottom. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. There's so much bearish news right now. I think the bottom's about to be put in because it's just a little bit ridiculous. Yeah, NKN's still holding up. I mean, what more can you ask for? I mean, it could still come down to the 786, I guess. But you're in the volume area at the bottom. There's really not much lower it can go. I would say 1.9. If it falls lower than 2 and it hits 1.9, that should be it. But it looks good where it is. It's like, when is the selling going to finally stop? So where's Jasmine? Jasmine. Oh yeah, I did a new Jasmine update. Different chart. On the crypto USD chart, Jasmine's right on that 618 holding. So yeah, with Jasmine, I mean, this area, this area, this area, this needs to be the bottom. No formal back test. Don't even care about the market. Nah, I'm not going fishing today, my man. I'm busy trying to grind away at this, and I'm job hunting at the moment. I don't have time to fish. I got bills coming up, and I'm completely broke at the moment. We got 7 people in here at noon. Not bad, I guess. T13, you still in the building? But yeah, I got Edwin up on the deck screener. But what do you guys think about all this talk now? Who was it? Larry Fink? Calling for a 20% more crash in the stock market and saying that we're in a recession already. You guys see that? This is all bear market bottom talk. And the fact that Bitcoin's not completely breaking down yet. Yeah, I just looked at Twitter. He says we're probably in a recession right now. But what's up, Leo? Turbo's probably going to zero. You're gonna go garden instead. That's good. All that stuff's good. Let's see, Turbo. What is Turbo doing? But most things are right there. If we go lower, then it's over. Bear market is here. We missed it. What is Turbo at? Yeah, Turbo's in the same boat. We've been pointing this out. You're right here at that 786 level. And if you scroll back in time, this is where all the resistance was, right at that level. So you came back, you filled the gap, you're back testing that previous macro level here. It goes lower than that, then it's going down. Now that you broke the 382 on the macro at 18, if this level does not hold at 13 and Bitcoin and everything breaks down, then yeah, we're gonna fall off the table big time. Because usually breaking the 382, it puts in place 618. Just try to stay alive, and you can see that would be a 60% drop. What happened? Why did it disconnect me? What's up, Stefan? What do you think about Million token with 1 million fixed supply pegged at $1? Million token, I never heard of that one. What's up, Gavin? How you doing? It's going to zero, my friend. I don't know. Bitcoin. We're right at, what are we on? That's the weekly chart. Yeah, we're getting dangerously close. For the 50 falling below the 200-day EMA. That death cross. So do you guys think that Bitcoin's going to catch up to the stock market tomorrow? Just like it did over the weekend? And we're about to just fall down. What is that, weekly? But yeah, we're officially below the 382 at 80 that we've been looking at for a while. So it looks like the little bear flag is playing out. So I don't know, we want it to be a bottom, but it's going to do what it's going to do. Million token, what is that? Million token. Never heard of that. Is that something on Deck Screener? But if it, I don't know if that's correct, but if, I don't know what you're trying to say. But million token, if they got a million tokens pegged to the dollar, then that means it's a stable coin, right? Maybe I'm not understanding that correctly. So silver, I can't put any of this on the screen because we're not on StreamYard at the moment because I'm too poor. Do these stable coins have a future? It depends on what stable coin. I think Tether does, of course. It depends on the, what it is. If we don't have a bull market, nothing's going to survive. Can we check ALCX? Looks like AL6 is trying to hold a 1272, but might go to 1414. Price discovery, the downside. ALCX. What's up, Liam? Crypto gods, please best my tokens this week. ALCX. I mean, we're all waiting to see what's going to happen. I mean, it is strange that the S&P is nosediving and then Bitcoin's not quite nosediving yet. I don't know if it's going to follow or not. But, and I'm not, going to be a moon boy and say that we're decoupling. Yeah, so ALCX, there's nothing bullish on this chart, so we're just going to get all this crap off. What are we looking at? So we'll just move that one down there. Yeah, it's right on that 1272. I mean, the fact that there's nothing bullish on the chart here, then yeah. I mean, it's trying to hold. There's a lot of things doing this same exact move. But if we're going down, then yeah, 30% drop down to 550. Other than that, there's really nothing telling me, besides the momentum being down, of course. But yeah. What's up, David? How you doing, my man? XCN's back above support at least. Yeah, XCN and ZBCN are holding up nicely for some reason. I don't know if they're going to go down and they're just kind of waiting. But yeah, I just did an XCN update. There's really nothing to look at. We say the same thing every day on it. So it's either going to hold up and get over some levels here, or it's just slowly dying still, which is probably the case. Little V-shaped recovery, and then it's going to go straight back down. But this is what I did on the update if you didn't see it. Just short term, we have to break over the trend over the top of the channel, of course. But just short term on 4-hour candles. Yeah, you're getting stuck still right at that 618. So if you can get over 8.9 and then 9.3 and then possibly a breakout, you'll know this thing's bullish once it gets over a penny. But other than that, getting stuck at that 618, it's doing the same thing over and over again. So until it breaks over those levels and gets over a penny, then you do have on the table a 33% drop down to the macro 382. And the ZBCN's holding up still. Oh no. She was holding up. Yeah, this is what we said last night on her, though. If she ends up breaking down. Yeah, I mean, looking at it here, you would say that's the bottom. It's not a bad time to be buying in on this coin. Not financial advice, but if I had the money, I would buy it here. It's still holding up structure. It's still going completely sideways for all of this time. So just keep it simple now. We'll move that one. Has to get back over 999 here to confirm a bottom. Bullish back over 201. Million token on Ethereum. You almost have 3 million ZBCN. Nice. What's up, Oracle? Yeah, Zebek's going to be a good play. Not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor, but I am buying the dip with my credit card. Just be careful, manage your risk. What's up, David 81 ABT? ABT. Let me see if I can find this million coin again. Million USD. Oh, on Avalanche. Yeah, I don't know if that's it. I'll look on Deck Screener. We'll pull up Deck Screener in just a moment. I'm just trying to see if T13 is still in the building so he doesn't ask the same question a billion times. Arc Block. I don't remember what Arc Block's doing. There's just too many coins to keep up with now. I think we're looking at Arc Block on the macro. Yeah, she had a nice buyback. She did dip down below that 618 at 50. So is this it? Is this the bottom? Time to go up tomorrow. We won't take anything else. I mean, as long as you're still above 50, you're still alive. If you end up closing below and getting below 50, then it's over. Which, I guess we did get that weekly close below. So just watch the candle here. This weekly candle could easily get sold off, and then that close below, then it's done for now at least. But that's the big price we've been watching on Arc Block is 50 cents. That's a good price to buy in. It's just because of this macro area of support and resistance. A little dip below, just as we dip above. It could always go lower because we know the game. But the first big stop, if that's some sort of a bottom, would be a 9x to $5. QRL is acting weird. XCN and ZVCN are the plays. I think we're in an extended cycle. Yeah, that's how it always is. As soon as we stop streaming, the whole market goes to shit. Yeah, I was gonna come back on last night because we were waiting for the 3 hour, the weekly candles to close in the next 3 hours, but I got busy. But yeah, we ended up closing and dying. What's up, Dustin? What's up, Rashad? Arc Block. Corium. Corium to the moon. Yeah, what is someone commented on my Ondo update. What was it? Redstone or something? Anyone know anything about Redstone? I mean, Corium's not doing anything. I don't know if we want to look at it on a macro or just... It's going completely sideways still. Come on. But short term, you are holding the... Yeah, you're trying to hold the 618 here at 11. But ultimately on Corium, it's going to make people a lot of money, huh? I don't know what this is, but if you're bullish on it, you're bullish on it. Not the greatest looking chart because you're still coming down. You did make a higher high, so that's good. And if that holds, you make a higher low. So it may be the beginning of the curl up on the macro. But you got to get over 24, bottom end, 60 over 60 is bullish. But yeah, this one's got some good returns. A 618 retracement, a 23x from today, and then a 786 retracement up to $7, $8. It's not bad. 68x. A moonshot, if it goes higher, I would just go here. Give you some hopium. 150x to the new high, if you think that's even possible. We got David for 5. I appreciate that, my man. Saving the streams lately. XCN and ZVCN. Yeah, I think you got in here late, but I appreciate the 5. We went over both of those kind of. And XCN, I mean, there's nothing really to say. What I've been doing is just going all the way to the 4-hour chart. Still stuck in the channel going down here. So just keep it simple, high to the low, short term of this little V recovery. You're getting stuck right at the 618 right now. So if you cannot get over that, this move is officially continuing. But if you can get over that and then 9 and then get a breakout over the top of the channel here and then over a penny, then you can be bullish. Once XCN gets over a penny, I would imagine it's going to start moving up very fast. But keeping an eye on the daily chart still. It's still stuck here. I mean, it's trying to hold something here. You can see all these daily candles are still holding up at this level. So let's see, any lower than what? I mean, it already wicked down below, so it did make a lower low. I would say right now any lower than 8, then you're just coming back down, which it looks like it's going to do. 35% drop back down to the macro 3-2. I mean, it just looks like that's where it's headed to. It'll go up at some point, but until it breaks that nasty downtrend, it's not going anywhere. And then ZBCN broke down, of course, a little bit, and it's not a bad spot to be buying in. I appreciate the 5, but we looked at this just a while ago. You broke the 786 support it was holding, but I mean, it's going completely sideways still. Well, I guess if we draw it there, you didn't break it, you're holding it. Alright, so I'm glad we looked at it again. So from the ultimate low to the high, yeah, you're still holding final support. So yeah, we're a little more bullish on XCN now. Yeah, it looks like the bottom for XCN is in, and I really think I think XCN is going to hit. I know there's a lot of targets in between. Conservative price would be $1 or a penny and a half, 17x, and then I really like these targets up here, anywhere from 2 to 4 cents. So maybe we get a 3-cent 33x out of ZBC in here, which appears clearly. If it's not going to break down, this should be the bottom. Not a bad spot to be buying in at all. Like I said earlier, if I had the money, I would buy it right here. I would put in a long position with my stop loss, of course, and see what happens. But yeah, not a bad spot. Let's see. He says buy the dips, not financial advice. Redstone is BlackRock coin. Okay. I'm still going to look for that million coin in deck screener. Just give me a moment. I'm still 100% cash, but if it continues up, you're effed. I'm not 100% cash. I'm just 100% out. How about Arrow? What's up, Forge? It's a good time to put money in there. Arrow. I mean, it depends on your outlook on the market. Like CBC in there, it looks like the bottom is in. We know it's crypto. It can always crash and go lower. Same thing with Arrow. Arrow is a new coin. It's been dying lately. But if you're bullish on base and you're bullish on Arrow, I mean, I wouldn't say it's a horrible time to buy in. I mean, it's all the way back down here. It could go a lot lower, and that's what we went over last time. Yeah, we went over this last night, I believe. That red candle spawned in. It looks like you're broke to the bottom of the channel. Yeah, your candle's getting stuck, so you're back testing that channel at the bottom now, so it doesn't look good. You're on the 618, so 27 is your support, but there's a good chance Arrow's going to drop down. So not a bad spot to be buying in. It is making lower lows, so there's nothing bullish on Arrow, and you're pulling away from the trend again, so you have to break this downtrend. So you have to get back over about 41.5, 42 to have any momentum up. But downtrend, lower low, breaking the bottom of the channel and back testing, there's a good chance, Arrow's going to drop down another 50%. If we don't get over this level here, that puts in play 786 final support, in my opinion. So there's still discounts to be had, unless we're bottoming out and that's it and we're done, we're going up. You buy garden seeds. Yeah, I gotta get caught up on the chat, and I still gotta get over to Dex Trader. We got Emilio's for 10. I appreciate that. He says, thank you, bro. XCN, Swift, ZBCN, and ACH. Oh, damn, I came unplugged. Alright, hold on. Yeah, this is going to be the third time we're doing XCN. XCN, I appreciate the 10, though. XCN, real quick. XCN is probably coming back down to the 382, so you're going to still drop a lot unless the market turns around, unless you get over these targets. 382 is 006. So you're still stuck in the downtrend. A 35% drop is still in play. And then just going short term 4-hour chart to see if we can break over this. The big price I would watch on XCN is going to be a penny. If it can get back over a penny, then you're going to be bullish on this thing. But right now you are getting stuck right at the short-term high to the low, 618 at 89, so 89 and then 94, and then potentially a breakout over a penny. And then if it gets over a penny, I would imagine after this long downtrend, you'll probably have a huge spike to the upside on XCN. And the first big target is, of course, 1.5 here, so you could get stuck here, spike up 33%, and then back test this, and then we'll go up. Or you could just blow out of here and come up to the 618. And as we just went over ZBCN real quick, the ZBCN bottom is in my opinion, unless it's going to die. Not a bad spot to be buying in. You're over the 786, down below the 236, so you need to get back over 999 there to confirm the bottom is in. But it's going completely sideways besides that one run, which is very positive. You made a higher high. You're still curled up here making a higher low off of that bottom on that 786, so it looks really good here on XCN, over 87. And then Swift coin, but yeah, I think ZBCN's good for a penny, 2 pennies, probably 3 pennies. I mean, if you want to be conservative, 3 pennies is a 33x. If you want to be conservative and say a penny and a half, it's still a good 17.5x. ZBCN's going to be a good play. I would imagine Swift coin's back at the bottom here. What is Swift coin doing? Yeah, she came all the way up to the 1618. She's still making higher highs. Excuse me, I had to sneeze. So it is holding right now over the high from April of 2021. And then, of course, all of these areas. So a simple back test of this 8.3 level, this 8 level, could be the bottom. But, there's no guarantee. Momentum is just completely flat. And we can see that with the price action. It's just dead right now. Now, you did just tag low to the high 618. So that's good. Any lower than 7.5, 8 and 7.5, then it's simply just going to make its way back down to the trend. It doesn't have to. It can go completely sideways and tag it. Or, if the market's about to die and Bitcoin's about to fall off the table and we're going to just be, dying on everything, we could just tag it real quick and then the bottom is in again. But you are holding the 618. Tag the 618 and you did tag the previous high, so not a bad spot to be in. But it could always drop 45%. And then where's this thing going to end up? I know a lot of people call for $1, so we have the 3 level here for about 140x or so, 138x for $1.25. I don't know where Swift coin's going, to be honest. I see people calling for $1, but to be conservative, targets I would take If this is a bottom, I would get my 10x at 10 and get out, and then I would get out at 20, get my 20x. If it goes higher than that, then congratulations, a 50x to 50 cents, 55x. But ultimately, the overall chart for Swiftcoin is holding up. It looks bullish. I mean, if it's going to be something that people are going to buy it, even if it comes back down here, it may rocket up to $1, and you may get over 100x on it. And then ACH is on the bottom also. ACH is right there. She may break down, and we're going to change our look at it. I was looking at her earlier, but it's right there. It can't really go any lower. And I'm trying to get caught up. Yeah, she got a nice little bounce. She's holding, looking at it, just keeping it simple on the monthly. We just tagged the trend. I mean, it doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to hold this perfectly, which we know. So you could still come down and hit a penny and a half. As long as you're over 1.5, you're good. So you could still right now drop 16, 17% and still be alive. As long as you don't break this wick low. At about, what is that? That's just right below it. But it's still making higher highs and higher lows at the moment, so it's still extremely bullish in my opinion. This is one of the most bullish coins I like right now. So if the market is going to bounce here and we finally get some relief and ACH comes up here, it's going to be extremely bullish in my opinion, because we get that relief. That means it's not going to break down and die, and then it's still probably going to chop around, but then I'm going to be even more bullish on ACH at that point. ACH I think is going to hit 50 cents plus, so solid 25x from today. We got Eldor for 2. He says Redstone. Yeah, we were just talking about Redstone. Hold on, let me get caught up. Alright. Redstone. Alright, Redstone. Did we ever look at Redstone? Yeah, someone, like I said, commented on the Ondo video, said it's better than Ondo. This thing, I guess we did look at it for a moment. She's broke down. Oh, come on. Yeah, I don't know where Redstone ends, but clearly, after we pulled it down there, perfect support, perfect resistance. So that's crazy how that works. That's insane. So right now, to put a bottom in on the macro, you got to get over 45, bullish over 57, bull run over 81, clearly. And then on the macro here, daily chart, Redstone, she's down almost 30% on the week. Yeah, you didn't quite tag the 786, but you came down here. So I would just keep it simple. If it cannot get over the 236, 618, 42 up to 45, there's a 13 to a 20% move. It's still bearish and it can still come down. So if you, even if you get a pump up to there or 45 and you get stuck, it's probably coming back down to 30. And at that, it's still making lower lows and lower highs. So there's nothing bullish on the chart right now. Unless, you know, you want to say daily chart, you do have this downtrend in play. Let's see here. Yeah, you got a large falling wedge pattern here. So it may be macro bullish. So that could be it. I don't know. Not bad looking on the chart for a giant falling wedge. You have 30K worth of seeds. Jeez. 30K worth of seeds. We got Hellas for 298 SGD. I don't know what that is, but I appreciate it. Can you look at Arkham? Thank you. I appreciate that. But if that is the bottom on Redstone. Let's see what kind of damage it can do out of this falling wedge. If this is going to hold up, it looks like the breakout from the falling wedge. Once you get over the 382 at about 57, then she's bullish. And that's your breakout to the upside. First target is the new high at the 1272 at about 220 would be 6x on Redstone. I don't know what this is. So I don't know how high it's going to go. I guess I have to make an update on it. What did you say? Arkham? Arkham Intelligence. Let's see. Arkham Intelligence. What are we doing? What are we looking at here? So I guess it made a lower low. Yeah, I mean, if this is the full chart, this is the Gate.io chart. So you're back down here at the bottom. You're right in the middle of the volume area. Not a bad spot to be buying on this one, unless it's going to completely die. Then do your research on it, because I have no idea what it is. But my macro over 67, the bottom is in, and then 95, you're bullish again. I'm trying to get a short-term price to watch. Short-term. If you can get over 48 to confirm a bottom, and then 32 at 55 to be bullish. But either of those targets you get stuck at, as we know, you're still bearish. You are still making lower lows and lower highs. You still got a downtrend in play. So yeah, if you can get over this short-term 382, get over about 56 cents, then you're bullish and you'll break the downtrend here. But it doesn't look bad for a bottom. Like I said, I don't know anything about the coin. It could always go lower. Then bull run over 164. And from where you are now, if this thing's going to hit a new high, not bad. 17.5x up to 760 almost. And then one last thing on this. Yeah, so from the ultimate low to the high, you're down below the 786. So if it's not the bottom and you lose 39, 28 should be it. That's a 32% drop. And then if it's going to be one of those coins that's just going to break down, then what's the point? But it looks good. Redstone Crypto RWA BlackRock connections. Alright, so it's going to be huge. What price you think it's going to go to, Eldor? I'd have to look into it. What's up, Cha? How you doing? How you doing at work, my man? Corium will be the ruler of RWA, with smart tokens just saying do research. We got Eldor for 2 again. He says carrot to $5. I don't know. What is Carrot doing? Carrot's next up on my list to do an update on, by the way. I don't know if she's still dying. I honestly don't know if these new coins are going to perform well. I mean, they're dying. Yeah, this one made a new low again. Like Carrot, Vara, Myro. Well, Myro's not that new, but some of these coins are just dead. Carrot to $5. I don't know. It keeps going lower, so maybe at some point in the future, in 2025, if it has a run, if this is a bottom at 5, probably not. Should have just shorted Carrot. Damn. What are we on the weekly candles? Alright, so we'll just get a short-term thing to watch because we know the macro 236 to get over is 11.5 for a bottom, and then 18 to be bullish. So even those macro targets, you could pump all the way up to those targets and still be bearish, and that's a pretty decent move. You could pump up almost 80% and be bearish, and then 180% and be bearish to come right back down. But short term, you got to get over 6 and then 7.4 to be bullish. Breakout confirmation over 9, and then you can run for these targets here. But as for $5, probably not. At least not this cycle. If you're lucky, you'll get $3 and get a 44x. If it doesn't go lower, I appreciate the 2. What's up, DZ? How you doing? Oh, Singapore dollar. Okay. Oh, we got another one. Super thanks. I appreciate that, my man, for 298 Singapore. I appreciate that. Yeah, I figured I would do a lunchtime stream, and then I'll stream again later. I have to. The channel's dying here. Can we look at MOG? Yeah, we still got to go over and look at deck screener for a moment. But I was trying to make sure T13 was still in the building. We'll wait till they ask again. MOG is the bottom end on MOG. Let's just zoom out. I mean, MOG's going to be a good play at some point. There's nothing bullish on it right now. You're holding right on the 1414 support. Oh, there's so many fibs on here, it's ridiculous. I mean, this thing could simply be coming back down here to backtest this from when it blew out of here. You are holding support at 2.7. I'll draw another one here in just a moment. Any lower than that, a 40% drop down to 2, and then possibly lower. Yeah, every time we look at MOG, it just keeps going down. What is this, weekly? Let's see. Excuse me. But let me go ahead and just clean this up. I can't see anything. MOG from the high to the low. Oh, you're just trying to hold the 382 to stay bullish here. Got a little dip below it. So yeah, any lower than 3.1, you're no longer bullish, and then yeah, you can see the 618 takes you down to this area, to where it looks like you were forming a ascending triangle pattern, which was very bullish, and then she took off. So any lower than 3.1, then you're going to fall off the table 80%. All the way down here to 6.2. Looks like you pick up a 0. And then as for where's MOG going to end up, I mean, it depends, because this, nah, we're not even going to look at it, because that's going to change. Because it's probably going to still drop, so there's no point even looking. When MOG finally flips bullish, I mean, if this is it here and it holds for a while, we're not going up anytime soon, I don't think. And that's a massive move. I think these coins are easily going to do 10 to 20 X's. So where that takes it, no one knows. Ondo and Super, is that what I saw? Carrot has a $63 million coin release April 18th. Yeah, it's just going to continue to go down. What's up, Plowboy? Alright, Degen and Super. Degen. Yeah, I mean, I don't know about these coins. They're gonna be good plays, but if we ever stop selling off. Alright, so Degen broke the trend, so we're just gonna get rid of that. Made a lower low. Not quite at the 786, so, and it's getting stuck at that previous low. So I would expect another 14-15% drop to 1.7, and then if that's not the bottom, then it's a nice try. But you can clearly see the overall chart. There's nothing bullish on Degen. It's the lower lows, lower highs on the macro. Why do we have this here? Come on. Yes, just remove it. Come on. So it appears that you're a little bit above it. You didn't quite tag it. It doesn't have to be perfect. So it looks like the bottom should be in. You may drop that percentage there, and then just short term. I say short term, but it's the weekly candles. You got to get over the 618-236 to confirm a bottom, and then bullish over 5.8 on Degen. And if you want to go zoom in even more, but what do you guys think? You think we're in a recession, as he said? Yeah, very short term. You got to get over 2. You can see we're getting stuck, and then 2.4 to be bullish to push up. But just looking at the macro chart, you would look at this and say it does look bearish, but low to the high 786. It's like, how much lower can we actually go? Same thing with Ondo. Ondo should be on the bottom, but I think we're gonna wait for tomorrow to see. Well, are they gonna say what they're saying at the meeting today? I know it's a secret meeting or a non-public meeting. Yeah, see Super here. Bottom is in. Bottom is in. Bottom is in. Holding that 382 level. Let's see. Yeah, and you just hit the 0.5. There's a lot of things holding 0.5s right now, below 382s. But no one knows what the market's going to do, so, I mean, it's not a horrible spot to be buying in on Super. It's a macro level of support. And then if it holds, excuse me, if you think Super's going to hit 15 bucks and hit a new high from where it is, excuse me, that's a 35x. How long have we been here? Almost an hour. Yeah, I was just going to stream for about an hour now, and then we'll stream for a couple hours later. Wi-Fi again. What's up? Make Britain great again. Yeah, Wi-Fi is bullish unless it broke down. What's up, Isaac? Oh, there's T13 with Edwin again. What did we say? Alright, let me write these couple of coins down, and then we'll go to Deck Screener real quick. Give me one moment. Come on. On Soul, and then we have Edwin, which I already have pulled up. And then we're gonna look for that million token, if it's even a thing. Million on ETH. Okay. But yeah, Edwin looks good. Shipping hit a double bottom. Alright, Wi-Fi, shipping, and index screener real quick. Wi-Fi, yeah, I put Wi-Fi on my list. Wi-Fi is going to be a good play if it's not breaking down. Yeah, Wi-Fi doesn't look bad at all. Looks like once you get over the 382 at 1300, she's going to the moon. This is not the right chart, I don't think. Let me see. Wi-Fi, USD. Yeah, when you look at the overall Wi-Fi chart, this is where you could be really bullish. It's been going sideways for a very long time. And it's not perfect, but it's been holding the 618 area. But the fact that you're going sideways and you're holding up, I like Wi-Fi for a good trade. A good play to roll over into at some point in the market if it stays down. Wi-Fi 786 retracement just to get the 50k. That's your 10x. And then if Wi-Fi is going to rocket up here, you get a 50x to 200k. Bottom in over 8,500 and then bullish back over. Excuse me. Double 382 there. And then she'll be really bullish at that point. Shipping, yeah, shipping's still bullish, I think. I mean, it's all going to depend on what's going to happen this week, I think, especially after whatever they're talking about today. Yeah, shipping's holding up very nicely on the macro chart. Tagged a 382 a couple of times, stayed bullish on the macro. Looks good. You're holding a 236. Yeah, I mean, there's nothing bearish on the shipping chart. It looks good to me. So if people are going to actually buy shipping, if it still holds up, got it on the list. If it's not breaking down, this thing's macro bullish here. Is this thing actually going to rocket up and do a 60x to 30 cents? Hell, I would take, if it holds up, I would take my 9x at 4 and get out. But yeah, it looks good. All right, let me go to deck screener and we'll look at these 4 little coins, and that'll probably be it for now. We'll see. I can't sit in this chair anymore. It's killing me. Yeah, I think that's a good thing, though, that people don't trust meme coins. Meme coins has stolen my money so many times. All right, let me go through these couple of coins. We got Edwin pulled up. Let me see if I can pull this up correctly. Nope. Where are we at? All right, Edwin's on the screen. Yeah, I mean, it's a meme coin, so it's a gamble, but you're holding in this triangle pattern. We went over this yesterday, I believe it was. She's holding up. As long as you're over the 618 at 6.3, you're starting to get squeezed here. And once you break over the 786 at 8.3, she's bullish. She's going to shoot out to the upside. How far? There's no telling. You could get a 3x up to the 1272, and that's it. But that's not a bad move. And it could always break down, but as long as you're over the 618, you're good. And then as for this thing going to the moon, I don't think that's going to happen. If it goes to $1, what did we say that was? If you think Edwin can hit $1, that's your 150x almost. Mochi really quick. Mochi on base. Supposed to get listed on Coinbase, but I guess they don't want it. Yeah, see, Mochi broke down from the last time we looked at it, I guess. I don't remember when we looked at it last. I mean, not an overall bad chart. It's just going completely sideways. But it is holding up. And if we draw... Oh yeah, look at that. If you can see that. You've pretty much been holding this 236 area. You're above 382. You've been holding bullish if that candle wick's gonna hold. But it put in a higher high. It just put in a slightly higher low. I don't think it held anything, but it is a meme coin, so who knows. Alright, so we're not even gonna look at that. So you gotta get back over 1, bottom end, bullish back over 1.5. And then breakout confirmed once you get over 2.6. And then what kind of damage can Mochi do? Where are we at? Mochi to a new high would take you up to 301 and do a 15x. ARAI on Sol. Yeah, this one's not popping up. Unless we're frozen here. Nothing's loading. Of course. Million on Ethereum. I guess this one, million on Ethereum. Yeah, I don't know what this is. I don't even know if this is the right coin. Damn. I don't know if this is what we wanted to look at, but it's been out for a while. And this is on log scale, so... Yeah, I don't know what this is, but if this is a bottom, 338, bottom is in, bullish over 740. Breakout over 26. But I don't know if this thing's ever going to go up. $618 retracement would be a 23x, and a 786 retracement to 65 would be a 58x. I'd have to look into that because I don't know what that is. What is the Fed going to be talking about? I have no idea. I think Trump's in there yelling at Jerome Powell. Someone was saying that all this pressure and all the tariffs are a way to force Powell to QE and all that, but it's just talk. All right, Rio, and then we're done. I appreciate you guys coming in here. I will be streaming again later. Just wanted to test out a noon stream. We only got 15 people in here, so we'll end this with Rio. And hopefully after whatever they talk about, maybe something will happen. Yeah, Rio. Low to the high, you are sitting on the 382, so you're still bullish over 13 on Rio. You broke the previous trend, of course. Our red box of resistance, you double topped at. So, I mean, you're at this area where you've held in the past. It looks just like that other coin we looked at. And then we'll just simply go from the low to the high real quick. And you're right at the 6182. So this should be the bottom, this 11 up to 13 area. Any lower than that, then it's coming back down. But there's no way to tell. Yeah, because then that would be another, 60-70% drop. But you are on a macro support area. And then if Rio holds up here, needs to get back over 42 to be bullish on the upside. And then, yeah, if Rio just comes back up to the high at 5, that's a 34x. 170x up to the 1272, if that's even possible. Yeah, I can't sit here anymore. I can't. I've been in the chair all morning, so not good. But yeah, I appreciate you guys coming in here. I appreciate the support, the super chats. Go check out the other videos on the channel I did this morning, and we'll see what happens here in a little bit. But with that being said, none of this is financial advice. Thanks for watching, everyone. Appreciate you guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.